like a Western swing type of band. So you got a lot of those dual lead ideas from the fiddle players. Yeah, that's my understanding about how he developed that later stuff. It's really interesting. You start to pick apart what Dickie was doing around the same time Jerry Garcia was doing it, and their styles are very similar. A lot of the same scales. It's just like a little bit different spice on it. You know, one's coming a little bit more from the country perspective, one's coming more from a hippie perspective, but it's really similar. Anyway, so yeah, that's like a local blues folklore.
If you've moved to Florida recently, you probably wouldn't know a whole lot about the Allman Brothers stuff around here, because back in the 70s and 80s, it was nuts.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can find Greg in the, passed out at the bar somewhere probably. You know, but then again, he'd go out and play and stuff and go out and everybody was, wow, Greg Allman's here. And when they were around the area, the guys would come in all the time. And they used to rehearse here all the time in some of the warehouses off the 301. So you can kind of sit around the corner and listen to that rehearse. It was kind of fun. And then I was part of it.
Another thing I would add about Chicago, back to the Chicago thing, just being around those old guys, man, it's, wow. I can't put it into words. Huge, huge deal for me, especially at the time that it was occurring. Those guys kind of pulled me out of some stuff. They helped me get through a bunch of stuff. And, hanging around people like Honey Boy Edwards and Eddie Shaw, or Shorty Gilbert, Eddie Shaw's bass player. There's all these guys, man. They're just like really cool dudes, and they're willing to share what they know. But they have to know you're into it. If they think you're full of it, they won't talk to you at all. I've seen them do it to people. Around here though, the blues scene's really, it's starting to catch on fire, man.
Yeah, it was really big in the 90s for a while.
Even since I moved down here, it's really reignited. Yeah, but it's definitely on that reigniting side. You got Aces down the road, you got Ocean Blues down in Sarasota. It's like the new blues club down there. It hasn't been there a year yet, but it's next to the 5 o'clock club, and that's a really cool club. It's I guess it's where New York used to be. I didn't know about New York, but it's a cool club. We were playing down there last night. We had a blast. Damon Fowler came in, and we tore the place down, man. We were there till the wee hours. It was a fun night. Skippers was great, yeah. Skippers. Yeah, and you got Ringside and St. Pete. Janice will have blues nights, and you can have some really good...
Kojak's,
there you go. Kojak's Barbecue. Nice plug.
Thank you.
And then you got people like Steve Arden. At one time, Steve's a blues guy locally. Now he came down here from Chicago. We're kind of like Chicago brothers, and both came through a lot of the same scene and stuff at different times. So we both have been through a lot of the same tortures.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But at one time, me, Steve, and Damon were all living on the same street.